This video was shot on the Volt Festival in Hungary. If you want to have more information, check out the links down below, and don't forget to check out the upcoming Sigurd Festival as well. And now, let's go. The Xiaoyun Smooth 4, or however you pronounce it, is a free access handheld gimbal designed for smartphones. Besides being able to stabilize and reduce shaky motion when shooting videos, the gimbal also offers quite a few useful features and tools which you may not have seen before on a gimbal. The gimbal comes in a box with a stand, which I've unfortunately lost. Now, the internal battery of the gimbal lasts for around 10 to 12 hours depending on the shooting mode, and it can be charged via USB Type-C. So with one full charge you could film the whole day here on the festival. Now, battery life on this gimbal is really amazing, and I was never able to drain the gimbal on a single day of use. The battery indicator right under the power button tells you also how much power is left, and the stabilizer can also charge your phone directly during shooting with a Type-C to Type-C or any adapter cable. The gimbal itself is huge, and coming from a Smooth Q, this one here feels like double the size. For a festival, I would actually prefer a smaller gimbal, since carrying this one around all day long can be a little bit heavy and annoying. Now, on the front side of the grip there are different buttons, such as a record button, which can be used with the CY Play application. Now, switching between pan following mode and locking mode is very easy and done quickly thanks to the switch at the front. Now, most gimbals require you to press a button combination or a certain amount of times on a single button to change between the modes, which can be confusing and sometimes you don't know in which mode you're in. But here with the switch it's super easy, and I'm very grateful that Xiaoyun simplified the mode and also made it easier to know in which mode you currently are. Now, in pan following mode the gimbal restricts vertical movement and only allows left to right panning. In lock mode, the user can freely move the gimbal, but the phone will stay in a fixed position. So you can do vertical movements by holding the lower rear button, or also called trigger, and then move the gimbal up or down. But it's unfortunately a bit hard to control and slow. Now, in order to improve that, there's a so-called phone go mode, and this is probably the most useful motion feature because I ended up using that all of the time, and it's triggered by using the upper rear trigger. So with it enabled you can move the phone and the gimbal very fast without any delay, just to the point where you want to have your smartphone. This especially comes in handy when walking very fast or capturing fast scenes where you need quickly movement or quickly need your phone in a different position. Now, just like other gimbals, the Smooth 4 can also be adjusted to shoot in portrait mode for vertical footage or selfies or for Instagram. Or you can put it to sleep by doing so, and then it can be woken up by flipping it to horizontal mode again. Now, for sure, like every other gimbal, it can also be balanced on the back to fit the size of your smartphone. To be honest, the motors are really strong and it balances also big phones like the P20 Pro really good. But also the gimbal itself is really huge and heavy. One of the Smooth 4's unique features is the wheel placed on the left side of the gimbal. This wheel can be used to adjust the zoom and the focus, making it ideal for creating unique shots like a dolly zoom effect. So you can simply switch between the focus and the zoom by pressing only one button on the gimbal, which I think is quite convenient. Unfortunately, the dolly zoom effect was not working on my phone, but I've seen plenty of videos where people got it to work, but also I'm not a big fan of this effect anyway, and it looks kinda weird. Also, object tracking is another big feature in the Smooth 4 gimbal, which can recognize human faces with much higher precision, but still also this was a bit buggy in the application. Now, Bluetooth and an app is required to fully operate the Smooth 4 with a smartphone. Instead of featuring a traditional joystick like the Smooth Q, the Smooth 4 is designed with a scroll wheel and a button in the middle for easy menu navigation. So you can change everything from the white balance, resolution, you can activate the flash, activate HDR and other settings, and all that can be adjusted through the application and the buttons on the gimbal. While the app works completely fine if you have an iPhone, with Android phones you will experience some bugs. Depending on the phone you're using, you could have more or less bugs. For instance, if I move the focus wheel very fast, the app sometimes crashes on my P20 Pro, or simply it goes into the other direction. Also, slow motion is not working with my phone, and there are plenty of other bugs, like I couldn't turn on the flashlight with the button and so on. But if you have an iPhone, the gimbal is designed to work with it, and it works absolutely fine. Within the app you have plenty of modes, from a vertigo effect to panoramas or simple motion time-lapses. I absolutely love motion time-lapses because with them you can fully capture what's going on, and especially on a festival where tons of people are, these things turn out to be even more impressive. So just give the gimbal 2 waypoints and tell him the time between pictures, and then the gimbal does the work for you. The outcome for sure depends on your phone, but regarding the movement, it does an almost perfect job. And you can also use this for panoramas or 360-degree panorama pictures. Now, if you wanted to buy a smartphone gimbal last year, then this often required some serious investment, as many of them were easily over 200 or 250 USD. Now, thanks to the heavy competition in this particular space, we are increasingly getting more and more affordable models and even more features. Now, even though most of the cons are mostly app related, future updates can fix the problems that I've encountered in this test. Now, for 140 USD, the Smooth 4 is definitely a great choice, and I hope that they will improve their app as they did in the past. So I've seen a lot of negative reviews, but in the end I've noticed that people who have complained just didn't really know how to use the gimbal at all, or didn't want to use it. So if you get familiar with it, which takes some time for sure, it will be a great companion and a massive step up for your videos.
Alright guys, so we're now here at the end of this video and almost at the end of this beautiful festival. If you have enjoyed this video, then please subscribe and like this video. And if you want to be part of this awesome world, then also check out the Balaton Sound Festival, which is going to be next week, and the Siget Festival, which is even bigger than that one with more international acts. And I'll be also there, so if you're there, leave me a comment down below and probably we can meet and yeah, have a talk. Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching. As always guys, I'm Steven from Tech Magnet and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Alright guys, so this is how it really ended. Greetings from the hospital.